My name is R. Crosby Lyles, and this is News from the Can. This is a follow-up to yesterday's Shit Hit the Fan climate update. Really, all I wanted to add was that, looking at this weather pattern that we've got coming through here, this is a little bit of a low here, right here by Texas, which is going to end up way over here by the Great Lakes. And, Michael's going to be a fast-moving storm. It's going to come in. It's going to land as a major hurricane, possibly Category 3. And doesn't really, the Weather Channel people are sounding, or they're kind of hedging. They're saying, yeah, Category 3, maybe a little less. In any case, quick look at the geopotential height that's moving in this clockwise movement here. Jet stream is dipping way down here, and this is where that low pressure is right here. Here's your low pressure. You got Michael, Leslie, Sergio out here, and there's a low pressure deal right here by the panhandle of Texas, which is going to end up over the Great Lakes, according to the GFS. Here's your storm track. Gonna supposedly land 1 p.m. Wednesday. It's gonna make landfall right around Pensacola as a major hurricane, possibly Category 3. A lot of hedging going on out there, but other than that, there's more to it than that. And there's going to be, this looks like has shades of storm of the century type of stuff. I'm not going to say it's going to be as severe, but just because of this. So here we are today, and this is the GFS. It's a model. It's just one model. By the time according to this model, by the time Michael makes landfall around Pensacola, you're going to have some sort of a nor'easter type of thing over the Great Lakes. And this deal here, and this mess up here. So I like to step back. I like to talk about things that, a lot of people aren't necessarily talking about. Everybody focuses on, the storm is the most destructive thing, I guess, going on. It's, a major hurricane hitting, a pretty populated area. Yeah, that's the big news. But I like to step back also and see what else is going on. And there's a lot going on. 951 hectopascal, 951 millibars. That's a pretty intense thing going on down there in the South Pacific. And this deal here, 960 millibars. So, it's kind of like it's an unpopulated area. Yeah, that's true, but damn. And then this stuff here. Now, this is a model. This is 3 days out from now, Wednesday. Wednesday at probably about this time, which is 11:34 at night, Eastern Daylight Time. But anyway, you see this green here, 999 millibars. So it just means to me that the model sees that there's going to be a wider swath of potentially destructive weather, which is probably, I'm sure, being talked about. And then Leslie is going to shoot off towards, I think pretty much decidedly is going to shoot off towards Spain. And then there's this thing here, and this thing over here. So it's, there's other intense stuff, and this is the focus, basically the focus of my channel is looking for this type of activity here. The fall is when the North Atlantic sees a lot of explosive cyclogenesis, folding of the tropopause. Folding of the stratosphere, and where you see these super cold temperatures dip down and stuff like that. Basically stuff out of, the coming global superstorm type of shit. So, which they've been seeing for, forever. But this time of the year is when you start seeing this kind of stuff. And, when you have big pressure differentials, you're going to have fast-moving winds. And here is that's your jet stream. That's pretty intense wind there. 125 knots, I think. 145 knots. 145 knots in here. Something like that. 145 mile an hour, somewhere in there, in that neck of the woods. So, yeah, and that jet stream's dipping down. and a pretty tight little dip there, and that's moving over as a major hurricane is coming up. So this is, you know, this is some shit hit the fan type of stuff. And we'll see, you know, we'll see what happens. But more people than just, you know, the people in the Florida Panhandle need to be paying attention to what's going on. I would say most of the folks up here, all the way up through the Midwest, through Wisconsin, you know, and Michigan, and, you know, yeah, y'all are gonna want to pay attention to what's going on, because this thing could be more widespread and serious. And it's always better to be prepared. And I'm just looking at this, and, you know, the sea level pressure, and, you know, wow, that's quite a scene there. And of course, Sergio's right here, and this is coming over. It's because Sergio's actually going to weaken a little bit and come right across the Baja Peninsula towards between Tucson and El Paso. So anyway, that's all I got. My name is R. Crosby Lyles. Y'all be careful out there. You know, don't do anything I wouldn't do. And it's always better to be prepared. Best to be prepared. And that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and take care. See you.